So we are here today to talk about success, right? Each of you, आप लोग आए हैं SRCC में तो आपका कोई कुछ चाहते हैं आप लाइफ से, राइट? अगले 3-4 साल 5 साल आप कुछ करना चाहते हैं, वो चाहे वो क्या है जो आप चाहते हैं? लेट मी जस्ट आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन. जब मैं फर्स्ट ईयर में था, when I went into IIT Delhi, the first things in my mind were I want to get a good job but also want to explore, sense of adventure, थोड़ा लोगों से दोस्ती हो जाए, travel कर लें. You know, what is it that is in your mind? Let me ask you guys. Anybody? क्या करना चाहते हैं आप अगले 3-4 साल में? Yeah?
I'll do MBA after.
Okay, so you want to do an MBA. Anybody else? Not just MBA, आप लाइफ से क्या चाहते हैं अगले 4-5 साल में? Yeah? Enjoyment. Wonderful. What about you?
So getting to know what actually I want to do in.
Okay, so you want to discover what you want to do. Great. Stable job. ठीक है. Good exposure. Okay, so these are the things I constantly hear, right? Job, exposure, independence, stability, wanting to find your passion. We all want success in something. But what we often miss out on is that we don't go at it in a conscious way. हम लोग मतलब लाइफ एक तरफ से ले जा रही है हमें तो हम उसी तरफ ड्रिफ्ट कर जाते हैं. It's like a guitar. आप ये समझिए कि अब गिटार अगर ट्यून नहीं हुआ तो आवाज़ उसमें से बेसुरा आता है, लेकिन आप अगर उसको ट्यून कर लें तो यू गेट ब्यूटिफुल म्यूजिक आउट ऑफ इट. आवर ओन जर्नी टूवर्ड्स सक्सेस इज लाइक दैट. इफ यू कैन ट्यून योर सेल्फ प्रॉपरली then you can get success in what you do. If you don't tune yourself properly, the results will be mixed. So I'm going to talk to you here today about how you can tune your own guitar. आपकी जो, sorry for the analogy, but how can you tune yourself? How can you engineer yourself for success? So the first myth here, I'll just tell you a few stories, yeah? Let me start with my own story. So one way to describe myself is I went to, IIT Delhi, I am Calcutta, worked with some of these investment banks. I think many of you from SRCC will end up working for them. So I was with Credit Suisse, then with Deutsche Bank, then with JP Morgan, spent some time as an investor, invested about $1 billion, wrote a couple of books, both became bestsellers. ये एक तरीका है बोलने का. दूसरा तरीका ये है, the truth is I have wanted to write from a very young age. In my childhood in Tanzania, I loved visiting national parks with my parents. From that time, I developed this fascination for travel. That's why travel still today forms a major backdrop for many of my books. I went to IIT Delhi, but I didn't like engineering. I actually ended up, making more friends and discovering other things like mindfulness meditation. It was in IIT कि मैं पहला विपस्सना meditation camp मैंने किया था जयपुर में. I don't know if you guys are aware of विपस्सना meditation. So, हमें बताया गया था कि जयपुर में बॉस एक जगह है, फंडू है, वैली के बीच में है, फ्री खाना, फ्री रहना, 10 दिन घुमाओ. तो हम सोचे चलो घूम आते हैं. पता नहीं वहाँ पे गए तो पता चला कि बॉस 10 दिन आप किसी से बात नहीं कर सकते, सिर्फ मेडिटेशन करना है, वो लोग सिखाते हैं. But it was an experience. So life is not about a destination, it's about an experience. Many of you will be applying to jobs in future. When a job interviewer sees 2 CVs, दोनों में SRCC लिखा हुआ है, दोनों में CGPA same लिखा हुआ है, how will he choose between the two? He will not choose based on your credentials. He will choose based on your experience, your journey. So आपका जो journey है वो सबसे ज़्यादा important है. And now you have many more options, right? You may want to start a company, you may want to get venture capital funding, you may want to become a creator, you may want to get, people to follow you and, subscribe to your YouTube channel. How do you do all that? It's not by talking about your destination, it's by talking about your journey. So you have to articulate your journey very well. This is one of the key ingredients for success today. It's like saying कि आप वर्ल्ड कप, आपको क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप किसी ने थमा दिया हाथ में थमाने से आप विराट कोहली तो नहीं बन जाते ना. वो जो आवर्स ऑफ स्लॉगिंग है, वो जो प्रैक्टिस सेशंस है, वो जो लास्ट बॉल में 4 या 6 मार के जो जीतने या हारना व्हाटएवर, वो सब all that is the journey, right? All that is the journey. So your journey is important. Learn to articulate it. When you look at, Sachin Tendulkar's Porsche, और वो मूवी देखी होगी आपने फेरारी की सवारी, right? वो सचिन तेंदुलकर के फेरारी के बारे में है. It's not the Ferrari that is important. What is important is, I don't know, you must have heard of this, right? The first series that Sachin had played in Pakistan, उसमें जो last test था, उसमें his वकार यूनुस के bouncer ने उसके nose को smash कर दिया था. He was bleeding very badly, right? Anybody tell me what are the 2 words he said when Sidhu asked him to leave the field? Can anybody? मैं खेलेगा. Who said it first? Okay, I think here you go. This is a copy of my signed book. You can keep this, yeah? Great. So, essential for success is this attitude, मैं खेलेगा. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे I'm bleeding, whatever it is. Because once you want to do something, fate will test you. Success किसी को भी easily नहीं आता है. Nobody becomes an overnight success. You have to try, you have to persist, you have to handle a lot of pain. One of my close friends, he's an entrepreneur. He runs a successful company. It's worth about $1 billion+ now. He said that in the last 15, 20 years that he's been running it, there have been numerous times that he's almost felt like crying. Because, they went almost bankrupt, his family couldn't take holidays, एक बारी पुलिस आ गई थी घर पे किसी चक्कर में, किसी ने random false complaint कर दिया था competitor ने. So many things. You can only survive those if you really decide to give it your all. Now, how do you find that thing for which you want to give it your all, right? What you said, right? How do you discover what it is that you're passionate about? आजकल ये काफी common हो गया, right? Find your passion. How do you find your passion? The first thing is explore. Explore, explore, explore. Exposure, which means go to places, go to festivals, go to entrepreneurship fairs, meet your cousins or relatives who are working for companies. Ask them, boss, what is your job like? क्या करते हो आप job में? समझो, दुनिया को समझो. And it doesn't mean only studies, it means everything. घूमो, घामो, debates में part लो, competitions में part लो, attend music festivals, do all that. But while doing it, be aware of what each thing does to you. What things do you like? What things do you not like? Don't just go by what your friends are doing. Do you like working with people or do you like working with numbers? Do you want to be at a stock market trader where the focus is on the numbers on your screen? Or do you want to be a businessman where you're interacting with 100 people? These two are very different. Don't just choose your field based on what your friends are saying. So explore, explore, explore. Steve Jobs came to India during his, after his college years, I think, or during his college years, and he went to the ashram of Neem Karoli Baba because he wanted to know, he was actually thinking, maybe that's the right way to do, maybe I should become a saint. For whatever reason, he chose that, no, I want to go down the path of Thomas Alva Edison. I want to make something which is productive and useful for the world. That was his path. Each of you will have your own path, but you will not find that path unless you explore. अच्छा, अब explore कर लिया, maybe you found something that you like. What do you then do? You have to have the right attitude and mindset. The first mindset thing is मैं खेलेगा, right? छोड़ना नहीं है. Thomas Alva Edison apparently tried a few hundred times to get the right material for the electric bulb and he failed. People asked him, what have you achieved? He said, well, I've found a few hundred ways that don't work, right? Abraham Lincoln, before he became president of the United States, I believe he lost some 30 or 40 elections for various things, local level, state level, district level, whatever. But he didn't give up. So you shouldn't give up. The other thing is, what is your relationship with failure? हम लोगों को अनफॉर्चुनेटली सिखाया जाता है बचपन से कि आपको क्लास में जो भी है फर्स्ट आना है या थर्ड आना है या जो भी है, वी आर नॉट टॉट हाउ टू हैंडल फेलियर. हैव यू गाइज हर्ड ऑफ जिम क्लार्क? सो you guys use Chrome browser, I presume, right? Chrome के पहले was Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer के पहले was Netscape Navigator. That was one of the first big browsers. The founder of Netscape was Jim Clark. You're all familiar with 3D graphics on your computer. 3D graphics owes its origin to some work done by a company called Silicon Graphics. That company was founded by Jim Clark. So when you browse the internet or when you use graphics, the father of all of that is Jim Clark. He founded 3 unicorns. Abhi unicorn word has become big now. These were unicorns in the 90s. $1 billion in 90 was a lot, right? At age 38, Jim Clark was in depression because he had been fired from his college professor job. His wife had left him and basically he had nothing going for him. Sometimes जब आप rock bottom hit करते हो तो it becomes easier to embrace failure. आप fail तो कर चुके हो, उसके बाद तो आगे ही positive ही है. So sometimes it helps to be able to handle failure because failures तो सबकी life में आएंगी. एक बार ही आपने failure को handle करना सीख लिया तो उसके बाद कोई चीज़ आपको डरा नहीं सकती है. आपको किसी चीज़ से डरने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So embrace failure and learn from it. Yeah. What else? So, you know, another thing, when I was writing my book, मेरे को ये engineering days की आदत है. उस टाइम होता था कि लास्ट में एग्ज़ाम अगले दिन है तो पिछले रात को पढ़ लिए, you know, and जो बंदा पिछले रात को पढ़ लेता था उस माना जाता था कि वो कूल है, you know, कि अरे ये बंदा तो स्टड है, ये बिना पढ़े फोड़ देता है, हम लोग तो घिस रहे हैं, you know. एंड कई लोग तो ऐसे होते थे कि वो एक्चुअली छिप छिप के पढ़ लेते थे, प्रिटेंड करते थे कि हम तो स्टड है, मैं तो घूम रहा हूँ, अगले दिन एग्ज़ाम है, चलो मूवी देखने चलते हैं. ये सब बकवास है. अगर एक बंदा ज़्यादा ब्राइट है और लास्ट मोमेंट में पढ़ के फोड़ देता है और दूसरा बंदा थोड़ा कम ब्राइट है लेकिन ज़्यादा रेगुलरिटी से पढ़ता है तो लाइफ में वो रेगुलर वाला बंदा ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल होगा. मेरे बैचेस आगे पीछे पुराने कई ऐसे लोग हैं, वेरी ब्राइट ब्रिलियंट पीपल हु हैव नॉट डन दैट ग्रेट इन अ कन्वेंशनल अचीवमेंट सेंस, बिकॉज ये जो लास्ट मिनट में पढ़ के फोड़ने वाली आदत है, दिस डजंट गो वेरी वेल विथ योर लाइफ. Business doesn't get done by doing stuff at the last minute. You need to persist. You need to be consistent. When I started writing, so I was, मैं actually Singapore में I was working with a company at that time. So I was taking a lot of travel on flights. I remember I used to, at one point we were looking to inspect a road project in Gujarat. And when I was going there, I saw this small sign called Lothal. Lothal आप लोगों ने सुना है? Who will tell me what Lothal is? Anybody? So Lothal is this Indus Valley civilization site. It's like 4,000 years old, one of the world's oldest ports. So I came across Lothal and I said, chalo, let's go see the place. And I went there and I immediately felt inspired to write something. तो वो रात को आके मैंने 10 पेज लिखे, अगले दिन फिर 2-4 और पेज लिखे, फिर मैं 3 महीने बाद भूल गया बिकॉज इंस्पिरेशन कोई आई नहीं. फिर 3 महीने बाद मैंने कुछ लिखा, फिर 3 महीने बाद कुछ लिखा. End of the day, nothing happened. I didn't get anywhere with my book. Because as a sporadic bursts में, you can't be successful. Finally, I realized that I have to sit every day in front of the computer and write for half an hour every day or 1 hour every day. And then ideas start coming to you. So consistency is important. This last minute में फोड़ने वाला हिस्सा. So finally now, there are many times I sit for 1 whole month, ज़्यादा ideas नहीं आती हैं, लेकिन अचानक over time these ideas build up in your mind. It's like the universe is saying कि आपको थोड़ा सा घिसना पड़ेगा, फिर मैं आपकी मदद कर दूंगा. आप वो लास्ट मिनट वाला हिसाब करोगे तो यूनिवर्स से आपको मदद नहीं मिलेगी. Yeah? Again, talking about failure, I'm going to tell you about a guy, whoever gets this right gets the other copy of my first book. So this person was fired from the company he worked with and he founded a big animation company. Yes, so I think he got it. Here you go. Kalku. So again, Steve Jobs didn't just have his head in his hand and say, I got fired from his own company. He set up another company. He learned from that experience, and that's how he became what he became. So success is about the right mindset. It's about persisting, not giving up, handling failure well, being consistent, and also playing the long-term game. I don't know if you guys have heard about this Chinese bamboo tree. 4 साल तक you keep watering it, nothing happens. Then अचानक 5th year में, 6 weeks में, it grows to a really tall height. Success is like that. You have to keep watering the tree and you have to keep waiting patiently. If you make the effort and if you achieve mastery in what you're doing, you will become successful. उसमें कोई doubt नहीं है. ये अलग बात है अगर आप fake it till you make it करोगे तो you may or may not make it. But if you build mastery, success will follow. If you can hit whatever, a helicopter shot like Dhoni or a cover drive like Kohli, you will become successful. It's a matter of time. कोई ना कोई देखेगा, अरे वो बंदा है, he is really good, take him in your Ranji team or whatever. It's a matter of time, right? So these are the few things that I'll tell you about. One other thing, you know, as you go on this journey, you will encounter a lot of skeptics. There's something that the only way to not get criticized by anybody is to say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. If you try to do anything worthwhile, you will always have people trying to pull you down. It always happens, right? Mary Kom, you know, she gave birth to twins. उसके बाद लोगों ने कहा अरे इसका कुछ नहीं होगा, whatever. She went and won the silver in the Asian Championships, right? Elon Musk, I mean, he's the founder of, I don't think anybody else has founded so many companies in such diverse fields and it's made such an impact. Look at the number of people criticizing him. You may or may not like Elon Musk, that's not the point. The point is that when you want to do something significant, people will doubt you, people will question you, people will try to pull you down. There's this saying, right? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they spread rumors about you, then they fight you, and then you win, right? Then you win. So that's what life is about. So if I want to summarize, I'd say dream big, embrace your greatness. Each one of you can achieve mastery. Each one of you can become that Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar or whatever. You don't need to fake it till you make it. Dream big, but start small. Start by doing something every day. That's what I'll leave you with, yeah? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.